Okay, so today, this video, we're going to be looking at how to compare poetry, how to compare poems. This is mainly aimed at IGCSE literature students because that's something that you need to do in some of your papers, especially if you're doing Edexcel Pearson board. So first up, worth looking at the assessment objectives, what you're actually being assessed on here. First one is understanding the language, form, and structure. Don't forget the structure part. And how the writers use those to create meaning and effect. Second one is how you connect the two poems that you're studying. It's not enough just to talk about them separately. You've got to make links. And that can be the tricky part, is thinking about where those links are. So I've come up with five stages here. The first three are really to do with planning, and the last two, D and E, are to do with the actual writing and how you put it together. So we're going to go through these with some real examples to show you what this could look like. So first up then, the initial thing we do is we find the question and think about the question focus. What are the key words in that question? And really actively think about what that means. Once we've done that, we're going to make a quick table for two poems. Again, I've done that in a moment. I'll show you. Try and think for about three main concerns for each poem that link back to that question focus, and make sure they're fairly different ideas. And then thirdly, we're going to look at whether those concerns are similar or different, because it's okay if we're comparing poetry. We can look at similarities or differences, no problem. So let's take take a look at a particular question and put that into action. So here we've got a comparative poetry question. Compare the ways writers present the concept of identity in the poems Half Caste and Search for My Tongue. So just pause for a minute and think, what's the question focus there? What are some of the key words that I need to be thinking about? And I would say for this one, really how identity is presented. I think that's the main idea. And it may seem fairly obvious, but in exams, under pressure, it's still worth doing this and writing this down. So once I've got that, how identity is presented, I can then start to think about making a table that discusses that in relation to the two poems. So I've done that here for the two poems. You can see three main ideas. With Half Caste, the idea that it's a society that wrongly defines people using the term half caste. Second one, that Agard is challenging the idea that he's somehow not whole or not complete because he's called half caste. And then also the structure, really important to have something about the structure there. This particular one is very fragmented, uses Creole and Standard English as a mixture, etc. And then the same thing for Search for My Tongue. You can read through those, very similar kind of ideas. Now, once I've done that, I want to think, are those ideas, how similar are they? Or are there some differences that I can identify before I start putting this together? So for this, I've added a third column over here. And I would say the main difference really is that in Half Caste, it's society that misdefines who the person is. Whereas in Search for My Tongue, it's the speaker themselves who is worried about the effect of losing their mother tongue and what effect that will have on their identity. So one is kind of external, one is internal, if you like. Good play with that idea. The other two ideas, I think, are fairly similar. They celebrate identity, and also the structures are fairly irregular in both of them. So there, I've got a rough idea. This should take about maybe 5 minutes or so to go through and think of if you know the poems really well. And then once we've done that, then we're sort of ready to start thinking about, okay, I can actually begin writing now. What can I do here? Now, introduction, very important. First chance to grab the examiner's attention or the reader's attention. And I would suggest we do it something like this. First sentence, define the key word. Maybe personalize it. What does it mean for you? Be really clear what that focus is going to be in the question. Second thing, how is that concept relevant to poem 1? And then with a connective to show if it's similar or different, how is the concept relevant to poem 2? Okay, and then we can link all those together. I've got an example here for how we can do this. And you can see the arrows on the side show the 3 different sentences. So identity is the sense of who we are, shaped by our language, culture, and how others perceive us. To me, it's something fluid that can feel both secure and conflicted at the same time. So there's the key word identity and identity. Personalizing that meaning. Second thing, how is it relevant to poem 1? This time I've just talked about Search for My Tongue as being poem 1. In this poem, Bart explores identity through the tension between languages, raising questions about whether losing one's mother tongue means losing a part of oneself. Similarly, there's that connective that shows actually there is a similarity here. Agard challenges the identity given to him by society, questioning how labels imposed by others, that should be, can unfairly limit and distort their perception. All right, so pretty clear, making a claim here for both of those poems. That's my kind of my thesis statement, and I'm directly answering the question. So that's a pretty good start, I think. Next thing we do is look at the main paragraphs, the analytical paragraphs as we go through. Now, there's lots of ways you can do this. The one we use is what, how, why, or you can use peel, even peasel, all pretty much the same, very similar things. So as I go through each paragraph, I need a central idea at the start of each paragraph. The topic sentence should be focused back on the question and make a particular claim. After I've done that, I need to show some evidence. So where's the quotation that I'm using from the poem to justify this? I can even, at this point, I can also zoom in on maybe on one particular idea or technique. Once I've done that, I need to look at the how is this done? So why is this relevant? What are the key words that are happening here? And really discuss how the quotation I've given proves that my central concern is correct and I've made a particular point. And then work your way through this. You can see the what, how, why model here. Try and use those as much as possible. I think it looks better, it makes more sense if I show you an example. So this is a sample paragraph from those two poems. So first of all, we've got the what. In Search for My Tongue, the central concern is that identity is closely tied to language, and losing one's language can feel like losing part of oneself. Well, how does she do that? How do we see that? This is shown when Bart writes, "You asked me what I mean by saying I've lost my tongue." Maybe we can zoom in a little bit more there, because the phrase "lost my tongue" is the key one there. It's a metaphor suggesting not just language loss, but loss of identity and voice. That's important. Why is it important? Well, it highlights how language is deeply connected to self-expression, and without that, identity is uncertain. So what else? What other claims? Furthermore, Bart writes, "It grows back a stump of a shoot, grows longer, grows moist, grows more veins, grows strong veins." The imagery of growth suggests that identity can regenerate and survive despite cultural pressure. So why? Why is that important? Why should we care about this? This is significant, it's a good phrase, because it presents identity as resilient rather than permanently lost. It's a good understanding of the quotes there. Again, why? Overall, both examples show that while identity may be threatened through language loss, it can endure and rebuild itself. Now, in contrast, so phrase there shows there's a difference coming. In Half-Caste, the central concern is that identity can be shaped and restricted by how others label individuals. There's my claim. How? Where's that shown? Well, this is shown when Agard writes, "Explain yourself what you mean when you say half-caste." And zoom in again on the imperative explain, which challenges the reader and society, forcing them to justify their assumptions. What? Well, again, this is important because it exposes how identity can be unfairly defined by others. How does he do that? Agard writes, "I'm half-caste. That's how I dream." If we zoom in again, the phrase, "that's how I dream," suggests that identity is personal and imaginative, not something you can just be reduced to a label or a phrase. Why is that important? Well, this is significant because it reclaims identity from society's limitations. So you can see where we're going here. Make a claim, show where it is in the poem, and then explain why that's important. How is that significant? And then really just keep rinse and repeat. Keep going through the same ideas. Make sure you've got good examples and keep repeating them as you go through. Finally, analysing structure and form, very important. Make sure you do this. Start with the basics. If you're not sure, is it regular or irregular? Think about the meter, the rhythm, the rhyme. Are there any of those? Are there any patterns in there? If there are, really focus on the why. Like, why has the writer chosen that? Link it, if you can, back to the main message or the theme. Then you've got something to talk about. Make sure you give particular examples as you go through that. So if you follow those steps, hopefully that will help you, give you some confidence and know how to approach a question when you're comparing poems. Thanks for watching.